Alright guys, welcome to another video. It's almost Christmas, so in this one we're going to be going over some gift ideas for car guys, car girls, car people, car enthusiasts. So let's get into it. Okay, so you may notice we're currently in the dark a little bit. I've just turned the interior light on, so hopefully that helps a little bit. But I've got a little bit of time on my hands, so I thought I'd do this video. You know, we're coming up to Christmas. You might be thinking of some ideas, you might be struggling for ideas. So this video will hopefully help you. Whether it's you that's shopping for someone, or if it's you that wants some inspiration of what to ask for Christmas, then hopefully this video will help you guys out. Okay, so before we get started, I just do want to mention all the things I'm going to be listing. They aren't going to be super expensive stuff because obviously, you know, being a car enthusiast, you know, you like your cars, you like your car parts, stuff is expensive. But in this video, I'm not going to go and list, say, a turbo or a set of wheels, because obviously, you know, stuff like that is hundreds or even thousands of pounds. So we're going to be going over stuff which is like 100 and below, or try to at least anyway. So starting off the list, let's go with something really simple: keyrings. Now these can be a form of a lanyard, or it can be like a jet tag sort of keyring, or just, you know, something unique like a 3D printed one of, say, the number plate. You can also get ones which is like a spring, like a suspension spring, which is pretty cool. There's lots of different ones out there. It's just a little sort of stocking filler idea. Okay, so number 2, let's go with a car experience. Now these can be in loads of different formats, so you can get them in, say, a supercar experience, where you go onto a track, you just pick a supercar like a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, GTR, Nissan GTR, all sorts of stuff like that. They're really good fun, but they also do different ones. So say if they're into drifting, you can have a drifting experience or learn how to drift. You can also do things like track days if they have, you know, their own sort of sporty car that they want to take on track. Maybe book them a track day. Or maybe they're into rally, so you can give them a rally experience. Number 3, maybe they're into F1 or any sort of motorsport. Get them some merchandise, like F1 merchandise. You can get them like a cap or a t-shirt, hoodie, you know, poster even. That leads me on to number 4. Let's go with posters. We're going to be going over lots of different things in this video quite quickly. So number 4, posters. Let's talk about posters. Now, if they're into a certain brand, for example, if you like their Ferraris, maybe get them a poster of a Ferrari. Give it a nice little frame. You can hang it up somewhere. Or maybe even a better idea would be something more personal to them. So they have their own car, obviously. You can go onto things like Etsy. You can get like posters made of their own personal car. You just send whoever's making them, you know, creating the art, a picture of their car, and then they can draw it, do all sorts of stuff. I actually have my own store on Etsy. I'll put the link in the description, and I've got a few models on there where you can actually buy posters from me. I've created a few different ones through different illustrations. I've obviously got one of this car, which is the Fiesta ST. There's a few other different ones on there, so if you're interested in that idea, check out the link in the description, or you can just search on Etsy for whatever you feel like. Sticking with the art sort of theme, we can go with wall art. So you can get things like skateboards. They're pretty cool. Again, you can get your own customized one, so you can have your own car on a skateboard, or if you just like, you know, a generic one of a certain car, like say they have a dream car, you get a skateboard with a picture or like a drawing of that car on the skateboard. I actually really want one of these. I've been wanting one for years, but I've never ever gone out of my way to actually buy one. So I feel like that would be a pretty good gift. Another form of art or wall art would be like a workshop flag or workshop poster sort of thing. I have one of these in my room of a Supra. Again, you can get these probably on Etsy or eBay. Just Google it. I'll put some pictures on the screen as examples, and I might even link some in the description down below. But these are really cool again, you know, if they have a bedroom or a garage or anything like that, just to hang up on the wall. Pretty cool piece and pretty good idea. So the next gift idea, let's go with LED lights. Now you can get these in the form of a word. So for example, if they're into Audis, you can get like an LED sign which says Quattro or AMG. You can get SD ones, you can get RS ones, you can get like the BMW M Sport ones as well. So again, sort of a form of art that can go on the wall. It's pretty cool. There's also another form, which is, I actually have one of these myself. My girlfriend got it me, and they're a really good idea. And again, I think you can find these on Etsy. I'll put a picture on this screen because I don't really know how to describe it, but it's basically a light with a picture of your car, and it lights up. You can change the color of it. And like I said, I have one of these myself. I was really happy with it. So no doubt, you know, if you're going to buy one of these for someone that's a car guy or car girl, they will really like it as well. So I think this is a really good idea. Okay, so let's move on to some useful things. So no doubt, tools. You know, get them a socket set, maybe if they need a new socket set, or a drill. You know, something that they will, a breaker bar, something that they will actually get some use out of. Obviously that only applies if they're, you know, actually into working on their cars. If they don't like working on cars, if they just like owning a car, then fair enough, but it's an idea. Maybe they prefer washing cars, so let's go with some detailing products. Now we've got the basic sort of things, so like a bucket, you can get them a new bucket. It's always good to have a new wash mitt, especially with it being a new year. Start the year fresh, new bucket, new wash mitt, some microfibers, that's always good, drying towels, stuff like that. Really simple stuff, but would be really appreciated. You can also get the actual products, you know, like shampoo or wheel cleaner, stuff like that as well. Glass cleaner is another good one. Basic stuff like that, just to top up the products. You know, obviously if they wash the car themselves and don't go to a car wash or scratch and shine or anything like that. So this is another good idea. It's a really useful item. It's actually like a battery booster or battery charger. I can get these on Amazon, I think, or again, maybe even eBay. Really useful if you quite often find yourself that your car is flat or the battery drains quite quickly. Just put it on, charge up your battery, and you won't need like a second car to have a jump start. Let's move on to air fresheners. Now you can get all different types of ones. You can get ones like that spray. You can also get ones that obviously hang up in your rear view mirror. It's just a nice little stocking filler, you know, something cheap. And make sure you get one that actually smells nice and not horrible, because there's some really horrible ones out there. Okay, so let's move on to some Lego. Lego is always a good idea. Everyone loves Lego. And they also do plenty of different Lego sets of cars. So they do like the Lego Technic sets, they do the smaller sets. It's always a good idea. I have loads of Lego sets myself, of cars, of course. I actually have that many that I have some underneath my bed that I've not even built yet. So make sure they do have this space for Lego. I need to get some more shelves just to store the Lego once I've built it. It's always fun to build Lego. Like I said, everyone loves Lego. They do lots of different sets. They even do Fast and Furious ones. So again, if they enjoy them type of movies, then Fast and Furious is always a good idea. Let's keep on with the theme of toys. So for toys, let's go to Hot Wheels. Again, there's a lot of car enthusiasts that I know, and I'm one of them that collect Hot Wheels. I have so many of Hot Wheels, so many different ones. So if you're going to buy Hot Wheels for someone else, make sure you get one of an actual real car model. Don't get like a one that looks like a toy. Maybe you can find Hot Wheel of their actual car, or again if they have a dream car or just some cars that they like. And again, they also do Fast and Furious Hot Wheels, so if they're into that sort of stuff, then something like that would be quite a good, again, sort of stocking filler. Another little cheap sort of stocking filler would be a calendar, so you can hang it up on your wall or on your desk maybe, some pictures of some cars. I think Top Gear do some of them in like magazines. There's another idea, some car magazines, if they're into reading. If they don't like reading, don't get them that sort of stuff. Okay, so I don't know how many things we've gone over so far. I feel like we've gone over quite a few different things, so hopefully you've got a little list for yourself. If you do, if this has given you some inspiration, please leave the video a like. Let's carry on. So I've got a few more things, so let's carry on this video. So let's go with a professional photo shoot. Now I'm a photographer myself, so of course I'd appreciate if people booked with me. But of course there's plenty of different options out there. You just go on Instagram for car photographers. There's loads of different good photographers out there. You'll probably find one in your area that suits your budget. But yeah, having a professional photo shoot, getting loads of images, really nice clean images of their car, it's just going to put a smile on their face. Now the next idea is something that I actually have, is a dash cam. Keeps you safe, you know, if you're ever in a scenario where, for example, you're in an accident, which hopefully you don't ever get into one, it can save any sort of problems with insurance. You know, it might even make your insurance cheaper if you have a dash cam, which it did for me when I, first did my first year of driving. It actually made it a little bit cheaper. And also, you know, it can save your ass. For example, if someone does a hit and run in your car, you've got it all on camera. You've got the face potentially, you've got the number plate, the car model, everything like that, and the evidence all on your dash cams. Okay, so I think this is going to be the final thing, and let's go with 3D printed things. Now this is quite generic, but you can actually find this sort of stuff on Etsy again. But yeah, Etsy is a good place to find this sort of stuff. I put some images on the screen like I have throughout this whole video. Lots of different stuff. You can get like desk sort of organizers. You can get things like coasters. Really cool sort of stuff from 3D printers. And it's the same with sort of car products. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully it gave you some inspiration. And you've got a list full of ideas for things to buy for a car person or things to ask for Christmas. Again, if you did enjoy this video, if it did inspire you, please leave a like. Leave a comment if you have any feedback or any ideas yourself. Let's have a conversation. With that being said, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.